Hi, this is Martin Tennant again. This is the second video vlog for my Creative Honours project slash research paper. So I've just had my meeting with my supervisor Zach and had a lengthy discussion about what I proposed in my earlier video. And basically we've come to the conclusion that what I've said is not going to be enough and it's not specific enough for this project thing. So after a few suggestions, a few discussions, we've kind of refined it a bit more, and I've kind of decided what I should do instead. So I'm not going to go into too much detail at this stage, but basically what I've decided to do instead is for the Creative Honours project, instead of focusing on the SMART acronym and writing a book on learning, essentially is what I was hinting at last time, instead of that I'm going to be putting together a website or an online platform that will have video based content of lessons where I provide lessons on various subjects. The ones I've definitely thought of at the time, in the time of this recording, is things like scales, arpeggios, chords and chord qualities, rhythm playing, ear training as well, and also probably a little bit of music reading, transcription, and maybe even sight reading, although I'm not so good at that, so I may not do that so much, and transposition. Those are some of the subjects that I've considered teaching, and these would be centred around the guitar and the piano, because those are my best instruments that I could play by myself. And also, now I just thought of it, maybe I could do a bit of composing as well, because I'm pretty good at composing and I like teaching that sort of thing, so I may do lessons on that as well. For the theory stuff, I'll also be teaching things like intervals and chord inversions, and I say ear training, I've mentioned that before, and things like that. It's the sort of typical music theory kind of stuff. And for guitar, I may even talk about the caged theory and chord qualities and so on and so forth. And that'll be all in a website, and as I said, there'll be a number of different video lessons that will come in video lessons, and the website will probably have a name. What that will be, I'm not sure yet, but I'll be working on that a bit later as we go through this process. So that's what I'm going to do for the creative project. As for the research paper, I still need to think about what exactly I'm going to do. Is that my supervisor told me to come up with a couple of ideas for what kind of question I would want to focus on for the research paper, and in the short time I've thought about it, there are two that I've kind of thought of. One is to well, as a sample question, it will be what are the best ways for learning to be a good learner. So as I said, it's a sample question. I need to find that a bit more, but basically that will be on this idea of there are loads of different ways that people learn. You get different types of learners. I myself like to learn by listening as opposed to sort of more visual references and reading because of my eye condition. But some people prefer the opposite. Some people like to learn by reading, for instance. Some people like to learn by trying something and learning through mistakes, like they call it a trial and error type thing. So basically, this will look at they'll go into discussion and examining different types of methods for learning, the different ways of people learn, and how different approaches can help certain people and how it maybe doesn't help people. It may also imply the SMART acronym again. I probably won't use that as the main focus on it, but I'll probably mention it at some point in the research paper. And I'll also probably discuss the idea of learning by autonomy. You know, this idea of people learning how to learn things by themselves in their own time, as opposed to someone telling them to do stuff like you would at high school, for instance. So that's one. The other is a little more vague. I'm not quite sure what I would do, but this is like a backup if the first one's not good enough. It would be looking in depth at autonomy. So it says, so like sample question would be, how effective is autonomy in music learning? So there I would look at all the different angles on about learning based by yourself in music, like when you're learning how to play scales or chords. I mean, what would be the best way for you to learn to do that by yourself? What kind of mindset and how organised would you have to be to do that? That kind of thing. Go in that discussion. Again, I'm not entirely sure if that's the best thing to do, but hopefully, hopefully I should find a way to do that. I'm going to be sending away. I'm going to be writing up a document, as my supervisor asked me to do, on the overview of what my creative project is going to be, and then I'll submit. Also below that, I'll submit some of the questions that I want to really suggest to focus on for the research paper. Maybe have a paragraph for each one detailing what I mean by them in general, and then I'll also send them in that email the URL for my WordPress account for the blog, so you can access it. And then once I send that, hopefully you'll get back to me and he'll give me advice, and I'll take it from there. Because I've kind of realised that I'm slightly behind, and I should be. I kind of did realise that I probably should have put a wee bit more effort into it, about what was a good idea. But then again, I kind of wasn't sure if this was a good idea or not. But at least now I know that what I did before is not ideal, and I should go ahead with something a bit more a wider picture, if you like, yeah, and try what I'm going for now. Because at least now I know that this idea of creating a website is more ideal. And I just found out that I haven't got too long before I'm supposed to present it to my lecturers and peers. It's just about roughly 3 weeks from now, so I haven't got much time, so I need to get my act together really and do work for the next few weeks. Yeah, so that's basically it. I'll be updating my log again very shortly, once I've done a bit more work. So I'm a wee bit nervous about the whole thing, but hopefully it shouldn't be too much of a deal, as long as I get straight into work and I'll try my best. That's all I could say at this stage. Hopefully it'll be okay, nonetheless. Right, so thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video vlog. Bye.